change your zoning, you're finally getting a.
They didn't have a sheriff.
Correct.
Just you and.
We've only done this like 4 or 5 times.
And then go to.
Yeah.
Went back to the bar.
Maybe.
Oh, we're just looking at stuff. I'm gonna take her with her and she's going on YouTube. I'm not.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it. Okay, so you'll take care of the paper. Yeah.
I probably thought.
Pass me around a thing. Yes.
I think.
Not, I had a conflict and I kept trying to get out of it, but I couldn't. Okay.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, and I remember you guys mentioning, and I really wanted to do, but it was just, yeah, but I think that's the thing when it changed. You know,
I sold, I can't say my mind.
The whole way down.
So they.
Pulls up onto the side, and what gets in my side, I'll hold it. Gives again a straight. Just one of the usual straight. 5 minutes. Yeah, so I
Call this meeting to order.
Yeah.
Pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance.
United States. One, two, republic, which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Mr. Gatlin.
Here.
Ms. Thomas.
Here.
Mr. Harney.
Here.
Ms. McGuire.
Here.
Mr. Thorne.
Here.
Ms. Bo.
Here.
Okay, we have got 6 trustees in attendance. We have a quorum. We've got a meeting. Next item is the minutes of June 5th, 2023. A motion so approved.
So move the athlete. Second line.
Moved by Diatley, seconded by Harney to approve the minutes of June 5th, 2023. Are there any corrections to the minutes of June 5th?
Yes.
Yes.
I, excuse me, I just emailed them to Tony and he'll forward them, but with the motion for the outstanding water bill 2 weeks ago, we just had some addresses and dollar amounts flip-flopped and incorrect, so we've corrected that now to read. I'm sorry. That the motion was to waive the late fees on the water usage charge on 940 Glen Oaks in the amount of $458.79 and 44 Katrina Lane in the amount of $68.16. The rest of that motion's okay. The second motion was to waive the past due water usage charges of $692.75 for 940 Glen Oaks and $282.50 for Katrina Lane. And I went back to the minutes or went back to the video and double checked it. So it's all exactly what was said there. So.
Okay. All right, we got those noted. So we noted. All right, any other corrections, additions to the minutes? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion so carries. Thank you all. Okay, the next item is the president's report. We start that with the civility pledge, and I'm going to ask Ms. Buck We just have. Let's take civility pledge this evening.
In the interest of civility, I pledge to promote civility by listening, being respectful of others, acknowledging that we are all striving to support and improve our community, and understanding that we each may have different ideas for achieving that objective.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, the president's report. There's a couple of items this evening that I'd like to address real quick, and that is I have issued this past spring 2 liquor licenses. One to the sampling liquor store that will be going in on the strip mall. And then recently I reissued the video gaming license to a new individual who is going to operate the video gaming out of the old location. And I will be signing another liquor license this coming week for the service club for their 4th of July celebration. So it's been a wet month. Okay, the one other thing I noticed, I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, but those of you down on Facebook might have noticed Sleepy Hollow entered in one of their squad cars in a car show last week, 10 days ago.
Yeah, a little over
A week ago. And just our regular squad, mind you, not the kid car, not the one with the fiery dragon on it, but just our simple black and white out there. And it won show.
Best in show.
Best of show.
That's the show right there.
Right there. So
Good job.
I want to congratulate Chief Parma and his crew. Officer Pinelli or
Naveed behind
Naveed
was, yeah,
was the
exactly. He's the one that brought the car down and, yeah. Which is why there's no pictures of the officer with the car because he was wearing a sweatshirt, so. Rather than uniform.
Well, tell them we appreciate it, getting the word out and about on Sleepy Hollow. Getting recognition that way, appreciate it. Okay, that's it for the president's report, clerk's report. I've never reported that. Thank you, Tony. Planning and zoning. Mrs. Beckman is not with us this evening, so there's no report. Attorney's report, attorney is not with us, there is no report. The engineer has left us a pile of stuff to can take care of in his absence. We've got the first item is the street program update. The gist of that one is we will be going out to bid hopefully the 15th of or the 14th of July for our street program. He's got an estimate of $302,000 for our street program this year. It's roughly $182,000 from our motor fuel tax fund. And then we bump that up with some contribution from our 5-year cap general funding of about $118,000, I believe. So we'll be at 302,000 and see what the bids come out. That will be probably another 6 weeks or so. The next item is the approval of the BLR 14220 maintenance resolution, along with the estimates of maintenance cost. These are requirements from the Illinois Department of Transportation. And this resolution is saying that we do have $182,000. Or no, the maintenance cost is $302,000. The next one is one I'm getting ahead of me. All the sheets look alike. One of them is the estimate cost, which is $302,000. The other is the resolution stating that we do in fact have $182,000 in our MFT fund. Okay. That's it. BLR 14222 is the maintenance resolution regarding the MFT fund, stating that we do have $182,000 in our accounts. And then the second resolution is BLR 142022, which is an estimate of the maintenance cost, which we have got at a total of $302 for the maintenance, and then the engineering is an additional $38,000, so we've got about $339,000. Okay, along with that, we need the approval of those two items. We also need the authorization of the village clerk and the village president to sign any and all paperwork related to this road program in IDOT. We can take them one at a time, or we can take all three of them at once. Which would you like?
All three of my words.
Okay. And we can have a motion to approve resolution BLR 14-2020 and 14-2022, along with the what's the first one? The authorization of the village president, and village clerk to sign the paperwork.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Thorne, seconded by Thomas. Any further comments, questions, or discussion?
I have a question. This, I remember we had the estimates in a prior meeting that we were reviewing for this. How, does this relate with the $200,000 grant application? Those are two separate.
So,
Okay,
two separate things.
that's what I want to check on. Thanks.
Sure thing. Any other questions? There being none, roll call please.
Mr. Dattley.
Aye.
Ms. Bo.
Aye.
Ms. McGuire.
Aye.
Mr. Thorne.
Aye.
Mr. Hardy.
Aye.
Ms. Thomas.
Aye.
Affirmative votes, no negative votes, and motion so carries. Thank you all. That's it for the engineers, director of finance.
We have.
Oh, I'm sorry, night court, so all three things, yeah. The night court permit. There was a request from night court for permit regarding 208 Sharon. It's a relocation of a gas line, regulator, and meter from inside the residency to the outside. We have a motion to so approve night court permit. Oh, geez, read that. 1301085.889.
So moved. Second, Diatley.
Moved by Harney, seconded by Diatley to approve night court permit 1301085.8859. Any further comments, questions, or discussion? There being none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, so carried. Thank you all. Now I can move to Mr. Van on finance.
Request approval of the accounts payable in the amount of $134,703.73.
So moved.
Okay, we've got them.
Second, Diatley.
There we go. Moved by Thorne, seconded by Diatley to approve the accounts payable of June 20th, 2023, in the amount of $134,703.73. Any additions, deletions, comments, or questions? Being none, roll call please.
Ms. McGuire.
Aye.
Ms. Bo.
Aye.
Ms. Thomas.
Aye.
Mr. Dattley.
Aye.
Mr. Hardy.
Aye.
Mr. Thorne.
Aye.
Six affirmative votes, no negative votes, and motion so carries. Thank you all.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you, Eugene. Just as a quick note, to all of you, Eugene sent out the, May expense and, revenue report. So we started the month or the year at 24, fiscal year 24. 1 month, can't get into too much trouble, so there's not much to say on that. The next item on the agenda then is comments from the public. Do you have any comments? No, all right, thank you. Moving on, trustee reports. Mr. Harney, roads and parks.
Over the last week or two, there's been a coordinated effort to get Sabatino Park, the landscaping, the meadow on Lake Sharon, looking as nice as possible for the upcoming July 4th meeting. Special thanks. You guys would pass along to the service club members that showed up and helped. Bill Hoff, specifically, and to the volunteers that showed up when the call was put out. It was appreciated, and I think you can see by looking at the landscaping in the area down there, shaping up pretty nicely for the July 4th festival. And naturally, if I didn't say that, that was coordinated with Public Works. They deserve a thank you all. That's all I have to report, Mr. President.
All right, thank you, Ed. Finance, Mr. Thorne,
No report, Mr. President.
Mark, Water and Sewer, Ms. Bo,
No report.
Courtney, Police and Public Safety, Mr. Diatley.
Just quickly, you have Chief's report and then the paper he handed out. I know he's meeting with the Service Club and all his organizations to coordinate the 4th of July. It's a big undertaking, so they deserve a lot of support. The Service Club does a lot, the Chief does a lot with all the volunteers and everything else, so greatly appreciated, and thanks, Chief, for your work there.
Thank you, Steve. Building and Environment.
No report.
Thank you, Jennifer. Building and Zoning, Thomas.
Just been meeting with a few residents with some things that have been coming up, which I'll, President Pickett, I asked to meet with you to get next steps on that, so.
Okay.
I'll coordinate with you and then I can get the board.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. Moving on to old business. Any old business to come before the board? There's no business. I do have one item of old business that did come before the board about 6-8 weeks ago. It was an inquiry as to a shed at the school. And the question about that shed came up to find out that it is a permitted use within the village. According to ordinance 8, Title 8, Chapter 3, Article A, 3B, the following uses shall be permitted in the R1 residential districts, but only in compliance with all the conditions described herein. And in any such use that is not in compliance with said conditions shall be and is prohibited. Okay, and the specification is one, but not more than one outbuilding or permanent detached structure, not greater than 2,000 square feet in total area and not more than 15 feet in height on any lot of 10 acres or more in size. Provided further, there shall be no water or sewer service to any such outbuilding or permanent detached structure. The shed in question is on property owned by District 300. It is 14.5 acres in size. The shed is not more than 10 feet in height. It does not cover 2,000 square feet, and it is not connected to water and sewer. It is a permitted use. So that should close out that part of old business. Okay, next item is new business. There is no new business to come before the board at the moment, but there is a call for executive session this evening. So we need a motion to move into executive session for personnel under section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act.
I move.
Second.
Moved by Bo, seconded by Thorne to move into executive session for personnel under the Open Meetings Act 2C1. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dattley,
Aye.
Ms. Thomas,
Hi.
Mr. Harney.
Aye.
Ms. Bo,
Aye.
Mr. Thorne.
Aye.
Ms. McGuire.
Aye.
6 affirmative votes, no negative votes. We are moving into executive session. And the audience will be excused. We will return afterwards. We do not expect any action to be taken by this board after the executive session.
Go in. Somebody go in.